I just had a football player in the car, and he says he plays for Crystal Palace. He said Crystal Palace says he can stay on. Now, he's a young guy, I think he's in the late teens. And they said he can stay on this year, but they're not going to play him. So I thought, that's strange. I said, well, what are you going to do? He said, well, he's going to try to play for some other team. So I said, okay. I said, have you got a contract yet? He said, no. I said, well, maybe you should just stay where you are, because maybe it was a test or they changed their mind. He said, yeah, I'm thinking about that. But anyway, as time went on, we got talking. He's talking about saving his money. And his mum, and his culture that he is, his mum is looking after his finance, because obviously he's quite young, so he's probably that young that, yeah. But anyway, and he says his mum's siblings, so his uncles, phone up and demand money for things. But what they're really saying is, I want your son's money. Now the mum gives her brothers the money. So it's like all his money, he's got 4 other siblings on himself, but obviously he's paying for his uncles, family members overseas. And it's like, wow, the problems that these football players have. But the main thing was, excuse me for laughing, he's talking about girls and women, and he's saying, yeah, how there's these young girls who purposely come to the parties and things like that, and when they come to the parties, they want to, you know, they're just trying to look for a meal ticket, so to speak. Now, he said that he's got another player friend who's 19, he's got 2 kids, 2 different women, and it's like he's going to be paying money for the rest of for the next 21 years until they finish university. And he said, you'd like to think that they're your real girlfriends, but they're not. And his mum warns him to listen, these kind of girls, you got to be really careful of them, you know. And it was interesting, because you think, yeah, being a football player is all going to be gravy, but you just get a load of, what's Biggie say, more money, more problems.